Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my Fortnite videos playing Newbie Paints, my new account that I'm slowly but surely moving through the entire game, trying to share it with you guys in meaningful bits and bytes. In this video here I have taken on Tank Penny, my fluxed up character, and we're moving into the Storm Shield to build our defense for the Storm Shield 5. We're going to be placing a new amplifier. Really exciting stuff. Once again, I want to try to focus on making an automated defense system here in Stonewood, meaning that we're going to be building way more than we need, but I kind of wanted to take out the time to go a little bit into that stuff. We're going to be removing this stuff here because that is where I want to place the amplifier. So this is where we had like our least defense. We have two options. We can place it here or we can place it there. So those are the two places we can choose to place a defense. I'm placing it in here so that we know moving forward that we're only going to be getting attacks from the east on the main storm shield, meaning that we only have one place to defend it from. So just installing the upgrade here now, and then I'm going to be probably cutting some of this stuff out because I just need to be bashing all of this stuff here away. It is gonna take some time because, yeah. Alright, so just removing the last wall here by where we have placed the amplifier B. And I kind of felt a little bad after sharing the last Storm Shield build mission because I did a bit of a, like, possibly silly way. But this time we're gonna be doing it a bit differently. We have entry points from here. We have entry point from here and over there. And then we have the main entry points that we're going to be keeping a focus on from here and from over there. So the main attack for amplifier B is going to be coming from the east because we have amplifiers we can place in the two other locations, and when we do that we're going to block the option for the husks to attack from those areas. So the main focus for me is going to be making a defense towards the east. And as we like level towards that part of the game where we only get defenses from there, we're going to be manually defending a bit more from the other options. This time around I wanted to go a bit more silly pants in on making the defense for the actual amplifier, because if you are completely new to the game, you may not want to be having these really silly, weird, open kind of amplifiers. So I'm just going in on a max defense things. You guys can upgrade these walls as you want, making like an initial inner walling for the entire amplifier where you can put traps on the walls. You can put wall launchers on them, you can put wall darts, whatever you have to work with. You can put stuff in the ceiling, you can put stuff on the ground, so you can really like have this inner layer of defense if you want to. Then I'm going to be building a pyramid around it, covering this inner defense area, so you have two layers of walls and defenses for your storm shield. And I'm gonna be upgrading these, having a bit more of like a classic storm shield defense pyramid for the amplifier B, just because I don't need it, and I think it is massively overkill to have in Stonewood, where things are not that challenging in regards to the difficulty of the missions and the toughness of the husks. But because this is like a walkthrough series where I want to be helping new players get through the game, I felt it was a little bit silly not to include like a classic way of building the amplifier defenses. With the inner option, I now have the walls in there, you have the pyramid around it, so you have a double onion layer of defense for it, meaning that there is a lot of stuff the husks need to actually bash in order to get to the amplifier and damage it. Also in terms of lobbers, they need to both bash through the outer defense, the pyramid, and they need to smash the walls on the inside, so you have a lot of time to react to incoming damage from lobbers. You have a pyramid that is ideal for defending against smashers, because when a smasher hits an angle, it is not going to smash through that angle, it is going to move with that angle. So if a smasher charges towards your pyramid, it is going to like charge up on the pyramid and down on the other side. So instead of breaking your walls, it is just going to run to the other side of the amplifier. And that is what one of the things that make the pyramid shaped design for base defense is really efficient, is because it helps you protect like massively against these smashers that can just demolish your base. Even though you have good traps, they can just power through them if they are charging towards you. So we have inner layer at the bottom, we have inner layer at the top, we even have a roof or ceiling at our like complete peak point of the pyramid, and some like to go with one of these pyramid shaped things at the top as well for an additional layer of defense there. Others prefer to make roofs. Some have this as their main spot for putting down their base. You can have a defender up here. You can like use it however it makes a great deal of sense for you in regards to the things you have at your disposal. I like having it completely flat so that I can use it as a jumping point for these jump pads to move around between the different amplifiers. Also just while building to grab resources a bit faster, because I don't have my hoverboard yet. That is like the main thing that we're gonna be getting after completing the 5th Storm Shield defense. It is that we're gonna have access to the hoverboard quest line that will allow us to finally start moving a bit faster in the game. And the neighbors are doing something with a bit of a weird noise, so I hope it isn't gonna be too annoying in the video. Oh man, yeah, you need to wait for the floor to be done before you can use a jump pad. Pro tip 101. No! Yeah, alright, so apparently I positioned these absolutely perfectly, but I was in to grab a bit of additional iron so that we can upgrade the top part of the pyramid as well. And we're gonna be constructing a great deal in this video here, because making the pyramid is just step 1. We are gonna be blocking the eastern area and making like the kill tunnel kind of passive area for where we want the husks to be coming, where we want them to be ending their days. And it is all the way down there they're going to be coming from. They have 2 paths towards our storm shield, one being, well, amplifier, one being close to the storm shield and one being far away from it. And I want to block one of them off completely, so we only have one viable path for the husks to select, so that we can focus our damage and attention towards that area. So this here is where they're gonna be spawning. They're gonna be coming this entire area here, and they're gonna be walking towards our amplifier. Some of them are gonna go up there where we have our small outpost, and some of them are gonna go down there, down by the slopes, and others are gonna go here as well. So we're going to start out by blocking this here. We don't want them to go up there and jump down, and we don't want them to take this path at all towards the amplifier. We could allow them to do it and just place traps, but I want to make a complete blockade here with iron walls and iron stairs, just going completely overkill in on the amount of blockades I make. Again, this is aimed towards preparing for the really end game waves in this mission here. They're going to be coming all the way from this area, and I want to push them this way here. I hope that it is going to be enough for them to just, you know, decide that they want to take the long road. There is a limit to how much you can push husks in order to move. If you try to make them take a path that is too long, they will decide to bash the walls instead, and that is why I'm going with not just one layer of walls here. I want to have multiple layers, so that if they decide to, you know, we're gonna go this way, we have some silly smasher that really just wants to go attack, then we have enough time to react really to stop it. You can use the floors to create different shapes of railed areas as well that the husks need to bash through as well. So you can have a wall, you can have a floor, then you can have a slant or stairs, and you can have another wall, giving you really 4 walls they need to punch through within 1 square in the game. So you have like so much walling they need to bash through in order to push through there. And I'm just gonna go completely overkill in on it this time around, and it is more than anything for like the sake of demonstrating how much you can do that and how you can build with these different things in the game. It is not because I feel it is that needed, but if you want to be going really safe pants and you're playing the game for the first time and you want to know how to do this, then yeah, this here is going all in on making so much defense that the husks are going to be hopefully convinced to go in a different direction. But we're obviously going to be getting the results on that when we get the first attack from the east towards amplifier B. So a lot of walls here that we can spend our metal on upgrading as well. It is very, very resource heavy to do this. You can also choose to put in non-angled walls in between every section here, so that if husks break one part of your wall, they can only go through here. What is going to be happening now is that if they make a hole one place, they can actually go through there and then access the entire area of the map from the other places. But I think it is a bit overkill doing that, especially since this here is just Stonewood. So I hope that this massive walling in with different layers and double layered pyramid is going to be more than enough to really show how you can make these pretty silly, very strong defense areas for guiding husks towards where you want them to take damage. Let's see, no, I couldn't jump all the way up there. Well, that's a shame. So I'm running out of metal now, which is, it makes pretty good sense because I have been making a massive iron/metal area here. But I just wanted to have everything up on a different tier as well. But now we have a blockade over there. Can put in an entire range of walls more, and we do have other resources to do that with. But I wanted to block this here off as well because I only want to have the husks going towards the amplifier in one cluster. I want them moving down here and not through a double spaced area, so that I can really focus my trap damage on one place. We are going to be getting husks spawning from behind me, coming from up there, going down, and I don't want them jumping down here. It is not something that I am entirely sure we can prevent from happening since I don't have more metal, but we're gonna do our best by at least having some kind of walls up here. As you can see, I'm running a little bit low on resources. We have already spent 2,000 metal in this map here, and we are closing in on being able to burn all of our stone as well. And I have been stashing up quite a bit in the game. This is overkill, guys. This is way more than what you need to do, but for the sake of demonstration, I really wanted to show you guys how you can do this in a very safe and secure way, especially if you're going to be solo playing and you are unsure of whether or not your traps and your weapons have the power you need to defend your bases. Then this here is the going all in crazy silly paints on it. And to be honest, I kind of like building these storm shield defenses. What I'm doing here is making up the kill area for the husks that are going to be coming from the eastern part here, and just upgrading this as well so that I know the things I have hidden away are well upgraded, and that is for traps. So now we have a blockade that should guide the husks towards this part of the game, and what we want to do here is to place traps so that when they go through this area, they are gonna die. We also want to have something so that when they move towards this area, they are gonna die. So we don't want everything to be dying here because traps actually have a reload time on them, so they can't just instant fire all the time. There is a delay in between the different attacks from the traps, so having in the late game a husk spawning time that is going to be lasting for up to 10 minutes. You can't really rely on having a tiny area of traps because they're not going to be reloading fast enough for you to take out the traps. What I did with the roof was to have a ceiling field trap with electricity. I have that in the middle. The first thing that I have is my gas trap that deals affliction damage, meaning that is going to attack them when they are here and also when they move towards the next part of the trapping. I have a stunning wall lights, meaning that they're going to be stopped here, giving my traps time to reload if they are on a cooldown. And then I have a ceiling sapper as the third one, meaning that if husks survive the first two traps there and they have been surviving the wall spikes coming towards this area, it is very likely going to be something such as a smasher or a hard shielded enemy, and then the zapper should be taking that out. So that is the thought behind the defense there. Here we're going to be putting, I don't have these wall dynamos as schematics, which is a shame because they are really awesome, but if you have a tunnel, they are your ideal wall traps because they can be really fast reloading, they deal silly damage, they also work on non-full height walls, meaning that you can use them in a lot of really creative base designs. So anything that is going to be moving along a path you have made can be zapped from multiple areas really with these wall dynamo kind of things. But I'm gonna be building a few additional traps here because I ran out, and even though I have been stashing up on things through my different missions, I don't really have enough firepower in the traps I have picked up to make a fully automated defense here. So we're just gonna be making a few of these power level 10 gas traps and put them there. So some husks are gonna be going that way, but others are gonna be walking from down there towards this part of the game, meaning that I want something here as well for those that decide to take that path instead. I can leave that piece of stone in the map as an obstacle for them as well. So many things we can choose to do here with very limited amounts of traps. So I don't want things to be able to actually jump from a high ground on top of all of these roofs and then reach the amplifier without taking damage from the trap. So I want to try to have as few options as possible for husks to get on top of my roofs. So if they're going to be coming from down there, we're going to make a small welcome for them here. They shouldn't want to go up there because that area is blocked. So I'm just putting weak walls here to gently guide them towards that path. The more we block them, the better it is. Also because every wall we have represents a chance to have a trap. And this here is a really good position for darts. And I can make some of those, so that was good. I had a whole scrolled to the wrong part of my trap, so it looked as if I didn't have the option to make any, but I could. So this here is an ideal spot for one of these wall darts because it is going to be shooting everything from where I placed it all the way to over here, and the same from here. If it triggers, it is going to take out enemies all the way along the paths of the dots here. So you really want to have them in a place where they can shoot for a long time. I could also put up one in the air actually by placing a wall up in the air that would shoot things in there, but I don't think we're gonna go that much overkill in on the wall dot. So that is the main part of the defense. We can get attacks from down here as well, and I don't want to do too much in relation to defending that, again because we're gonna be placing an amplifier there. Just scouting out the area to see what spawn options we have down here, because it is very likely where we're going to be having the amplifier the next time. And amplifier A here was not really defended well enough the last time around. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but if you did, the husks actually came towards the middle of this area, meaning that I had a bit of a surprise in a sploder. And as we can see here, we have no defense here, so this is where all the husks actually came, and they didn't really select the side path there as I wanted them to. So I have two options. I can choose to block that, so that they are going to be more likely to go that way, but what I am doing is I'm spreading out my damage instead, because these traps are so weak here at the start of the game that I don't really mind having the husks split into different chunks, so that the cooldown, the reload time on my traps has a chance to do its magic, and so that I don't run out of durability on them as well. So that is why I'm not making a blockade there, and I'm just reinforcing this area where we had the sploder, repairing stuff so that the structures are less likely to go poof the next time around. So can I put some wall dots here as well? I can. Absolutely amazing. So they are now going to be taking additional damage when they come to the center part of the map there, and they can actually spawn in there as well. So the question is, yeah, let's do that. Let's put up some walls here with some dots on them as well. I really wish I had some good dynamos, but I don't, so we're just going to be working with what we have. I can put a wall here as well to shoot down. I still want to keep really the holes in this amplifier just because I think it is pretty funny. Ceiling Sapper, 5 power level, retractable floor spikes. I want like a last line of defense here because I was a bit surprised that we got not just one but 2 husks all the way towards the defense the last time. I don't want that stuff happening. I would rather place 2 traps too much when trying to make this automated newbie defense than I would place 2 traps too little. So even though I wanted to keep the ground free of traps because I really hate having to bash all these ground things away, I am gonna put some here anyway, so that the husks are just gonna be, as much as possible, not reaching the inner part of the amplifier defense. And as long as I'm just using wood, it won't take that long for me to remove them with my pickaxe. I'm not gonna be using iron or metal on the ground. So do I want something in the middle here as well, for if just in case and all that stuff they are gonna reach here. Yeah, you know, let's just do that. And up here as well. So if they're gonna be tough enough to get here, if they're gonna like get the lucky RNG roll of just walking through each and every one of the cooldowns on the other traps while they are reloading, then they are gonna be taking damage when they get there from the spikes. And of course, if they're super tough, it is not gonna help much that, that we have a power level 5 retractable floor spike. But it is what I have to work with, and that is why it is going down. I am placing down my defenders here so that they are ready. This is important in regards to defending your storm shield, even if you want to be using defenders in a different place. If you have them down and you have given them weapons and ammunition, when you summon them in a different position, they are going to be equipped with these things already, which means that you don't need to fiddle around with them, you can just summon them right away. So this is in preparation for the actual defense that is going to be happening right around the corner. I do feel I've been talking for a huge amount of time while making these crazy defense changes, so I am going to be splitting it up into 2 videos as I did the last time around, where we have a building part of the video and a defense part of the series, so that those interested in how did you build it and what were your thoughts when you were doing it can enjoy that video, and those that just want to be checking out the rewards, the V-Bucks, all the goodies, and the actual battles can do that like a bit easier. So I'm making additional defender pads so that I can summon these at the other amplifiers, because I really want to be using them a bit more in the game than I have been doing. And just checking out here, we do still have our traps. None of them have been removed from durability, and I'm thinking about whether or not I want to put a bit more on the walls and stuff in here now that this is an important storm shield defense, guys. It's SSD 5, meaning that we have the hoverboard coming after this. I do not want to lose this storm shield. I'm not expecting us to, but it is very important for me to like move past this point in the game, because hoverboards, exactly, so important, so fun, so amazing, so like a huge part in the game for me, that I want to make double sure that we have enough power. And as you can see, the ceilings there are completely empty. I can put traps there, so even though I want to be like super sure, I also don't want to go that crazy in on it, because we're going to be having like thousands of husks coming from there later in the game. So I want to prepare for that by having enough room, really. But that, guys, was what I had to share in this video here. We're going to be digging into the actual defense now. As always, thank you very much for watching.